Good morning. It's Thursday, chair yoga day. And today we are going to be covering the Varuna Mudra. So I've got this card up for you to see how that mudra is done. This is the gesture of the god of water. And so I'm using this week's practices to remind us to be flexible in our thinking and in our reactions to the world that we're in, so that we might find greater harmony inside and outside. So to take this mudra, you take your pinky finger and place it underneath your thumb, and take your opposite thumb and place it over that thumb, wrapping your left hand around your right, or your right around your left, and keeping your 3 fingers up. So this is how we do this gesture. So we're going to start off our meditation this morning doing this gesture. And then I'm actually going to give you guys some poses to help with headaches, since I'm dealing with a migraine today. Join me at the chair. Let me adjust the camera. And look, Noonie is already there waiting to do yoga with us. Look at that girl. All righty. So as I say at the beginning of every class, and let me get my glasses. As I say at the beginning of every class, make sure that you pick a chair that isn't going to move. It can be a folding chair. Lots of people do chair yoga on folding chairs. Just make sure it has the little rubber feet on the bottom so that it won't move and fold up on you while you're doing poses. Because we do move the chair around, I recommend that you actually have your chair placed on a yoga mat. And what you're seeking for in terms of height of the chair, you want your thighs to be able to be parallel with the floor. As you can see, my feet are on a set of blocks. I call these my Frankenstein slippers. But the reason I do that is actually so that I can get my feet to the correct height to be properly in these poses. She's going to do this the whole class, so we'll see how long I can tolerate it. Okay, so let's take the Varuna Mudra again. Remember, placing your right thumb on top of your right pinky, extending your 3 remaining fingers, and then wrapping your left hand around your right, holding down your right thumb with your left thumb. Draw your shoulders up to the ears and draw them back down. And maybe for the beginning of class, since we're getting into the breath and settling into the beginning of our practice, entering the mat fully, physically and mentally, why don't you sit back fully in your chair so that you can relax a little bit, and then close your eyes. Start to inhale and exhale through the nose. And as you inhale and exhale, remember to lift up your heart center and draw your shoulders down. Remember to create length in the neck by drawing the crown of the head up high. And when we create this kind of space in the neck and the shoulders, we release congestion. This allows for the free flow of oxygen. And this comes into play, and it's important today as I talk to you about headaches and how to relieve tension. As you inhale, expand the belly. And as you exhale, draw the belly back in. While you're inhaling and exhaling, I'll talk to you a little bit about this mudra. This is a good mudra to take to improve your genitourinary tract health. It is good for relieving pain in the lower back. And it is good for releasing any tension in the pelvic floor. So as you do this practice today, another thing to focus on is completely removing or releasing any muscular tension from the space between your sits bones, moving up towards your sacrum and into your lower back. Really just focus on just not having tension there. Because holding tension there doesn't really help us. And when we release tension there, it contributes to health in the entire area. But caution is there for those who have an overactive bladder, who might need to create a little bit of tension to keep everything in place. But I will let you be your own guide for that. People that have pelvic floor disorders frequently have muscle spasms in that area. So we are creating the antidote to that by commanding that area or encouraging that area to relax fully. On your next inhale, widen your ribs, your back body, and your chest. Hold the breath for a moment and then fully exhale. Hold your breath at the bottom and then inhale slowly. At the top of the breath, hold. And then try to exhale slower than you inhaled. Hold at the bottom. And then inhale, drawing the breath all the way to the crown of the head. Hold at the top. And fully exhale. Let's do that one more time. Fully inhale. On your exhalation, draw the shoulders down, lifting up the heart center, and allow the breath to descend all the way down to the bottom. Release the mudra and open up your eyes. What does the world feel like when your eyes have been closed for the last few minutes? Let's inhale our hands out and up. And exhale them out and down. Inhale the hands out and up. Exhale out and down. And let's inhale out and up. And then on your exhale, bring your hands down, place them back in your lap. We're going to do some neck releases to start the practice. And so this morning, what inspired me today was I have a terrible migraine, probably some type of barometric pressure change going on outside, maybe drier weather headed our way. And it's a reaction of the nerves and the blood vessels in the nose, but there are many causes of headaches. And one of them is tension in the shoulders and neck. Another is not getting enough oxygen to the brain. And a lot of us tend to be breathers who don't really efficiently use our lungs for deep breathing and don't allow the body to remain open for that breath to travel freely up and down the body. So today, I'm going to remind you again, as I do in all practices, to lift up your heart center and draw your shoulders down. And when you do that, that allows the structures of breathing to be full and open. So we're going to do some poses that encourage the opening of the chest, but we're also going to do some poses that encourage release of tension along the upper back, in the shoulders, and in the neck. So to start, let's do a neck release. So press our left hand down and tilt our head to the right. And when we press that hand down, imagine there's this big, giant, fat marshmallow that you're pushing on. And then continue to draw your right ear towards your right shoulder. Lift up the heart center and draw down both of your shoulders at the same time. Breathe evenly and slowly. Take another nice inhale. And exhale, lift up your head. Place your left hand in your lap. And then tilt your head to the left as you take your right hand and press it on that imaginary marshmallow on the right side. Again, lift up the heart center, draw the shoulders down. Now my head may not look like it's tilting very far. Everybody has different levels of mobility in their necks. And I ask you at home to pay attention to what works for you. Don't go further than you feel comfortable. And what we do in yoga oftentimes is we dance around the edges. And by dancing around the edges, we increase our mobility, our breathing, our tolerance, our resilience. Take a nice inhale and fully exhale. And then place your hand back in your lap, lifting your head up to neutral. So we're going to do a little bit of a breathing exercise that can help clear the sinuses. So one of the other causes of headaches is sinus pressure. And you can have sinus pressure that is kind of mechanical, like mine is, where the nerves and the blood vessels swell and react to what's going on. But you can also have sinus pressure because of allergies and mucus buildup. You might have some type of obstructive sinus condition like a deviated septum. And that can be managed for a lot of people without surgery and by doing techniques that help open up the sinuses. So for this, I'm going to actually take off my glasses, which means you there on the camera at home, you are a giant blur to me right now. So you're going to take your two fingers, your forefinger and your middle finger of either hand, it's up to you, and place it right between the eyebrows. We call this ajna, the third eye. And then take your pinky out to the side and your thumb out to the side. And what we're going to start to do is we're going to do alternate nostril breathing. We call this Nadi Shodhana breathing. And so to do Nadi Shodhana breathing, you're going to compress one nostril, exhale out of that nostril, out of the opposite nostril, then switch sides, and then start to inhale and exhale out of the other nostril. So we're going to start with the right nostril. Compress your right nostril. So take a nice inhale. Compress your right nostril with your right thumb, and then exhale out of your left nostril. Switch sides. Compress the left nostril with your pinky. Inhale through the right. And exhale out of the right. Switch sides, compress the right, inhale through the left nose, and exhale. Switch sides, and we're going to do this 9 more times. Inhale, and exhale. Compress your right nostril, switch sides, inhale through the left, And exhale. Switch sides, compress your left nostril with your pinky. Inhale. And exhale. Switch sides, compress your right nostril with your thumb. Inhale. And exhale out of the left nostril. Compress your left nostril, inhale through the right. And exhale. Compress the right nostril, inhale through the left. And exhale. Compress the left nostril, inhale through the right. And exhale. Compress the right nostril, inhale through the left. And exhale. Compress the right nostril or the left nostril, inhale through the right. Exhale. Compress the right nostril, inhale through the left. And exhale. Compress the left nostril, inhale through the right. And exhale. Compress the right nostril, exhale, inhale through the left. And exhale. Compress the left nostril, inhale through the right. And exhale. Compress the right nostril, inhale through the left. And exhale. Compress the left nostril, inhale through the right. And exhale. Compress right nostril, inhale through the left. And exhale. Final round. Compress left nostril, inhale through the right. And exhale. And then compress your right nostril, inhale through the left. Release your hand and exhale through both nostrils. Open up your eyes. And you may notice now that your nostrils are more clear. This helps open up the nostrils. It also helps to balance both sides of the brain. So this is a wonderful breathing technique to use to increase your alertness and decrease your stress at the same time, to help deal with brain fog and to open up the sinuses. So now let's do some shoulder rolls. Inhale your shoulders up to the ears, and on your exhale, roll them back and down. Continue to inhale them forward and up, and exhale back and down. Inhale forward and up, exhale back and down. Inhale forward and up, exhale back and down. And let's reverse that. Inhale back and up, exhale forward and down. Inhale back and up, exhale forward and down, and inhale back and up, exhale forward and down. Let's bring them up to the ears, and then exhale, bring them back down. Feeling the lifting of the heart center, the engagement of the core muscles, the engagement of the side muscles as you draw your shoulders down. Inhale the crown of your head up nice and tall, creating length in your neck. Remember, length removes congestion. Take a nice inhale. On your exhale, drop your chin, and on your inhale, turn your head to the right, leading with your chin, and exhaling to the left, leading with your chin as we go into head circles. Inhale to the right, keeping the shoulders drawn down. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the right. And exhale to the left. And when you arrive at the bottom, inhale to the left. And exhale to the right. Keep those shoulders down. Inhale to the left. And exhale to the right. Inhale to the left. And exhale to the right. One more inhale to the left. And exhale to the right. Inhale, lift up the crown of your head. If you ever find in circles that you're getting a little dizzy because maybe you've got some inner ear fluid moving around, just slow them down a little bit. Be careful if you're somebody that has a tendency toward vertigo. Maybe it will be easier for you to just turn your head to the right and to the left and down and up. So you can modify these things in any way that works for you. And I do urge you to make sure you know your own body as you enter into these things. So now I'm going to move forward just a little bit in my chair, moving my blocks forward, and then I'm going to move my body forward. So I'm sitting in firm contact with the chair with my sits bones, but now my legs are freed up to move. So we're going to enter into some cat-cow while we're here in the chair. So we always start off with cow. On the inhale, we draw the heart center through, float the sits bones back, allow the belly to come through as we draw the shoulders down. That's your inhale. And on your exhale, moving into cow, you move your back towards the back of the chair, rounding it, drawing the belly button in, drawing the chin to the chest. Inhale, go forward, inhaling into cow. And exhale, moving back into cat. Inhale into cow. And exhale into cat. Inhale into cow again. And exhale into cat. And then sit up nice and tall. Let's do some circles with the body now to just integrate some movement in our upper body. And by doing so, we release congestion and we also warm up the spine. And what I want you to do is think of your shoulders as being on an even plane, a circle that goes around the top. Think of your body like a tomato cage. So the top circle is the top circle of the cage, and then your ribs are like the middle of the cage, and then your seated position, your sits bones are like the point of the bottom of the cage. You can place your hands anywhere on your thighs that feels good to you, and just start to make these circular movements, okay? And by doing so, you probably feel some engagement of the side waist, some engagement of the core muscles, but that's all good. We're just moving, and linking breath with movement. So now make sure that you inhale and exhale through your circle. So inhale as you go to the right. Exhale as you go to the left. Let's reverse our circle. Inhale to the left and then move to the right on your exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. You might even feel a little bit of movement of your hips as we start to open up the hips gently in this process. Very nice. Let's do one more circle. And then go ahead and sit up straight. Inhale our hands overhead. Now what I'm going to do next, we've warmed up the spine a little bit, so you might feel comfortable doing a forward fold. allowing your body to fall between your legs. If you don't feel comfortable letting your body fall between your legs, just lay across the tops of them. You will still get a nice gentle stretch of the spine. But inverted positions actually help with headaches. So inhale our hands up. And then on your exhale, bring your hands out to the side and allow your heart center to fall through. Dropping your crown. Hopefully the dog won't be licking my face while I'm down here. And you can also grab your elbows if you want to. Or you can allow your hands to just rest on top of your feet or alongside your legs. And while you are sitting in this inverted position, just breathe evenly and slowly, allowing the tension of the cranium to pull weight out of the neck so the weight of the cranium rather to pull tension out of your neck. I always say that backwards. Take one more inhale. And then on your exhale, let's roll slowly up. So just as if you're standing, roll your spine up, allow your arms to be heavy. When you arrive at the top, pause for a moment. Inhale the shoulders up, lift up the heart center, lifting up the head, and then open up your eyes. Look at my hair. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, forward fold again. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down, and then inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. And exhale, bring hands to heart center. We'll see how long she's going to allow me to do any kind of movement. Take an inhale. Exhale the hands down, and then inhale the hands out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward. I'm going to move her aside. Drop your crown. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale, drop the crown again. And then inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up, bringing your hands out and up. And exhale, bring hands to heart center. I like to do things in odd numbers, so let's go for a third time. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. Inhale the hands out and up. And then exhale, swan dive forward, dropping your crown. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale, drop the crown again. And then inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. And exhale, bring hands to heart center. So another wonderful way to reduce headaches and relieve tension is through spinal twists. So we're going to do a couple of things before we go into our spinal twist first. First, I would like to focus on opening up the back. So if you have the mobility to place your hands in reverse prayer behind your spine, that's great. If not, you can grab opposite elbows and lift up your heart center, or you can even just put your fists together. But what I want you to do is have your arms behind your back in any way that feels comfortable to you. I'm going to do reverse prayer because I love reverse prayer. And then I want you to draw your shoulders back and down as you lift up your heart center. And just breathe in and out of your nostrils, expanding and contracting the belly. Take one more inhale and fully exhale. Release your hands down, and then we're going to stretch out the back of the shoulders. Now, one way you can do it, if you don't have the kind of mobility to go into eagle arms, you can just place your forearms together. You know those weight machines at the gym where you draw your arms in? That's exactly what you're doing. So just place elbows, forearms, hands together in front. Lift up your elbows, draw your shoulders down, and breathe evenly. Or if you want, you can take eagle arms, where you wrap one arm underneath the other and lift up the elbows. Again, as you're dropping your shoulders and lifting up the heart center. Find a gaze point, a fixed point to gaze at, off in the distance. And allow your consciousness to drop in, drop down. Just focus on that point and allow your brain to empty out anything you might be worrying about or preoccupied with. Take another nice inhale. And for those doing eagle arms, switch sides. Find a new fixed point to gaze at off in the distance. Again, drop your brain, drop your stress, drop anything that preoccupies you, and just focus on that fixed point. Lift up your elbows, draw the heart center up as you draw your shoulders down. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's take one more inhale. Exhale, release your arms out of that and drop them down. And let's do just a couple of small shoulder rolls to release any tension you may have created through that stretch. Now what we're going to do, take our right leg and cross it over the left. And we're going to place our left hand on our right knee and just twist to the right. So generate this twist from the belly button, drawing your shoulders back, using the muscle energy of your core. Don't use your arms to yank you. Make sure on your inhales that you create length in the spine by drawing the crown up. And then on your exhales, you are free to deepen further into your twist, wringing out your kidneys and your adrenals and your digestive system. And of course, wringing away stress. Take another long inhale. Fully exhale. And turn towards the front. We've got about another, 20 minutes. And my dog is barking to be let out of the bathroom. Cross over our left knee over our right, or left leg over our right knee. Place your right hand on your left knee and twist to the left. Again, generating that twist from the belly button. Place your left hand behind you. Take an inhale, drawing the crown up. And then on your exhale, deepening into that twist. Inhale. And exhale. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, deepen into the twist. And inhale, face forward and unravel the legs. He's really not happy down there, but I'm going to let him hang out for a little bit longer. So moving the blocks out of the way, I'm going to turn my chair towards what would be my front of the mat. I'm on my round mat. So those of you that are viewing this at home, you see that window there? That's always the front of the mat for me. I have to let him out. Hold on a minute. Come on. The viewers upstairs can hear you. They're waiting. Come here, Nanny. I hope all of you are getting a little chuckle at home while I'm doing this. Okay, thank you for waiting. Standing in front of the chair. So what I want you to do is take a nice tall Tadasana. So turn your hands forward, lift up the heart center, draw the shoulders down, draw your belly button in, and allow your knees to soften just a little bit. Lift up all the toes on your feet so that you can engage the arches of your feet. Now inhale. And exhale, draw the shoulders down as you lift up your heart center. Inhale your hands out and up. And then on your exhale, bring them out to the sides and fold forward. Place your hands on the chair and allow your forehead to go down to the chair. Forward fold. Making this contact of your forehead with the chair can be stress relieving and can help with headaches. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down and take your right foot back. We're going to do a couple of sun salutations. Inhale the heart center up as you bring your hips slightly forward to stretch out your right psoas. And then on your exhale, take your left foot back and reach your hands forward in a modified downward facing dog. Stretching out the shoulders, allowing the heart center to fall in between them. Take a nice inhale. On your exhale, take your right foot forward and rise up, lifting up the heart center, stretching out your left hip. Exhale, take your left foot forward to join the right. Inhale into a flat spine and exhale. Drop your forehead down to the chair and forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale the hands down and inhale them out and out. And exhale, swan dive forward, dropping your hands, dropping your crown. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down and take our left foot back into that lunge. Inhale the heart center up as we stretch out our left hip. And then exhale, take our right foot back to join the left and reach our hands forward. Take a nice inhale. And then on your exhale, take your left foot forward, right foot back in that lunge. Inhale the heart center up. And exhale, bring right foot forward to join the left. Inhale into a flat spine, exhaling down. And then inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale the hands down. Inhale them out and up. And exhale, swan dive forward. Hands to the chair, drop your forehead. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down and take your right foot back. Inhale, lifting up the heart center, stretching out the right psoas. And then exhale, take the left foot back to join the right and reach your hands forward. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, take your right foot forward, left foot back in the lunge. And inhale your heart center up as you stretch out your left psoas. Exhale, left foot forward to join the right. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down, dropping your forehead to the chair. And then inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale the hands down and then inhale them out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward, hands to the chair, drop your crown. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down and take our left foot back. Inhale the heart center up as we stretch out our left psoas. Exhale, take right foot back to join the left in modified downward facing dog. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, left foot forward, right foot back. Inhale the heart center up. Exhale, take right foot forward to join the left. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale, forehead to the chair. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So now we're going to integrate a couple of twists. Again, because twists relieve congestion and help relieve headaches. Take a nice inhale. Exhale the hands down and then inhale them out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward, hands to the chair. drop your forehead. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale, take our right foot back. Place our right hand on the chair, left hand to our right hip or left hip, and twist to the left. If you want to, you can take your arm out to the side, which kind of encourages a little bit of a stretch of your left shoulder. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale. Bring that hand back to the chair. Move back into downward facing dog. Take a nice inhale and fully exhale. Take your right foot forward, left foot back, placing your left hand on the chair, right hand to your right hip, twist to the right. And if you want, bring your right arm out behind you. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, return that back to the chair. Take left foot forward to join the right. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhaling, forehead down to the chair. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up. And exhale, bring hands to heart center. Hopefully you found that bit of movement nice and helpful. So we're gonna finish off our routine with a little bit of hip opening in seated pigeon. And we'll do another little bit of a seated twist to release any tension from the hips. Okay, so I encourage you to sit a little bit further forward on the front of your chair. That gives your hips plenty of room to move. So here's a little piece that we probably all know intuitively, but we don't think about it. When we have hip discomfort, we're gonna have neck discomfort. So if you find that your shoulders are really tight, that your neck is really tight, make sure that when you are stretching out the neck, releasing the neck, that you also release the hips because it's all connected. And so many of the problems that we have up here in the cervical area of the spine are actually related to the lumbar area. And so much of it is really alignment. So think of it this way. If you have one hip that's chronically stuck and pulling against that part of the spine, it's going to have a chain reaction all up your back. So we release the whole back if we can. Holistic. We try to be holistic. Okay. So take your right foot and cross it over your left knee. Initially, I want you to just sit up nice and tall. I have to adjust my blocks in a way that works for me. Sit up nice and tall. And just allow this right knee to open up naturally by creating space. When we sit up nice and tall, we create space here above the hip bones and allow this joint to naturally open up. So take a nice inhale. You can always support this knee with your hand if you want. Take a beautiful inhale. And then on your exhale, flex your toes back towards your knee as you start to move forward. And what I want you to do is keep a beautiful long straight spine as you draw your shoulders away from the ears, moving the heart center forward, moving the crown of the head forward. When you reach a point where you're not really moving anymore, just stop. Breathe through it and allow gravity to do its work. So over time, when you release your stress that might be attached to movement in a pose like this, and when you breathe deeply and evenly, over time, the body will open up when it is ready. Yoga teaches us all about things happening when the time is all right. So we really can't force anything. We have to show up and be prepared and use the tools that we have available to us, which in yoga, we always have the breath as a major tool and alignment. These two things guide us through everything. What's not important is how close we fold in. What's important is, what do you feel on the outside of your right hip? Are you feeling a nice opening? If it feels painful, then back off. If it feels good, then allow yourself to continue to deepen into the pose. It's your practice, and you can do whatever you want in your practice. Take another beautiful long inhale. Fully exhale. And inhale, rise up. Exhale, take our right foot and put it back down and cross our left foot over our right knee. So once again, what are we doing? We're creating space, drawing the heart center up as we allow the shoulders to float down, creating space for this hip to start to open up on its own. So this is seated pigeon. And what's so great about pigeon is you can do it any way you want. You can do it in a chair like this. You can do it on the floor doing that thread the needle. You can place your foot against the wall and do it on the floor that way. You can do it laying down on the floor, laying over your leg. There are many ways that you can do it. You can do seated pigeon without a chair. You know, it's a chair, it's a one-legged chair pose basically, where you fold one leg over the other like this, and then you sit back and you get a beautiful, marvelous piriformis stretch. So lots of ways that you can enter into pigeon pose. So go ahead and support that left knee, flex your toes back, take a beautiful long inhale. And then on your exhale, move your heart center and the crown of your head forward. Once again, keep your spine long and straight. The straighter your spine is, the more beneficial this stretch is to the outside of that hip, and the safer it is for your lower back. When we round the back, we are putting it in a state of flexion or extension. Okay, extension, I apologize. There's different parts of the spine and the way that they move, but when you round it and you have it fully extended outward, that is when you are at most risk for injuries. That's why they always tell you when you're engaging in lifts, say you have a partner in your lift, that you both look at each other's eyes, because when you have to look up, you have to straighten out the back. So the cues you hear from me oftentimes are draw the shoulders down and draw the heart center up, because when we lead with the heart, we keep our back straight. So you may notice that on this side, that I have fallen much more quickly. My left side is always more open than the right, so you may find at home that that's true of your body as well. We all have kind of built-in imbalances, and what we're trying to do with yoga is create balance. My chiropractor once said that it's the activities that we engage in that reveal the imbalances in the body that lead to injury. So if you're, say, a distance runner, it's not running that causes the injury, it's the imbalances, and running has revealed them. Take a nice long inhale, fully exhale, and then inhale, rise up. And release your foot. Doesn't that feel wonderful? So now we're going to do one more release of the hips. So keep your left leg in place, cross your right leg over. And then I want you to reach down, grab your leg with your left elbow, or your left forearm, hug the leg close to you near your left shoulder. So it's a bit of a twist and a hip release at the same time. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Release that down. Let's take the left leg, cross it over the right, reach down with your right arm and hug that leg up against you, bringing that knee to your right shoulder and hug it tight. Take another nice inhale and exhale, release that back down. Now we're going to go into a final few minutes of relaxation before we end our time together this morning. I want to thank you for viewing at home. Take a nice inhale, draw your shoulders up, exhale them back down, and draw your back against the back of your chair. I encourage you to close your eyes and start to allow the gravity of the earth to pull your energy and your consciousness down with it. Start to inhale and exhale through the nose. And then scan your body looking for places where there may be tension, where you may be holding energy. Scanning from the crown of your head all the way down. Gradually release all of that tension. Move into a state of relaxation by allowing your consciousness to drop down. Feel it like a heavy weight being pulled down, pulling with it all of your anxious thoughts and preoccupations. Focus on the breath and focus on relaxing all the parts of your body. As we talked about earlier in the class, especially focus on your pelvic floor and your lower back, fully relaxing that area. Any tension you may be holding, just allow it to release fully. Revisiting the earlier theme of our class, flexibility and harmony. In our lives, we find that when we are willing to release our attachments, particularly to our expectations, and kind of be more accepting of what's in the present, more flexible in our thinking and in our acceptance, that we become more easy within our own bodies to exist, more easy towards those around us. It's a path to inner peace. When we remove the objects over which we may think too much, maybe even obsessed about, when we remove that, we remove a huge source of stress. When we are willing to be more easygoing, when we can convince ourselves that it's all going to be good, it's all okay, it's all acceptable, there are blessings to be found in it all. There are successes in there. There are solutions in there. When we tell ourselves that, that's our truth. That becomes our truth. And when that becomes our truth, that takes a lot of pressure off of us individually. We don't have to be the force that makes all things happen. We don't have to be the energy that generates the movement of the earth. We can sit back and take pleasure in the knowledge that no matter what we do, most of life works itself out. And sometimes the solutions that come aren't the ones we would have designed, but they are solutions. And so we can take the stress off. We can release the attachment. And by doing so, enter into a state of loving harmony with ourselves and with all that's around us. Continue to breathe evenly and deeply. My wish for you, now that you've made it halfway through the week, is that you can take this practice with you. You can take these breathing techniques, and you can take these instructions to release and let go, be flexible in the heart and mind, be patient with yourself and the world around you, and achieve harmony through that process. The light in me sees the light in you. The yogi in me honors the yogi in you. Namaste.